this is Adam Jensen. I'm a big fan of Crazy Horse Gaming. I didn't ask for this, but I'll check it out.
Sega! Hello everybody and welcome to Crazy Horse Gaming and the Throwback Tuesday for the Christmas special competition. Today Liam is with me.
Hi everybody.
And we're going to do the Throwback Tuesday a little different. Rather than us kind of blurting out facts with the whole thing, it's just going to be a commentary on the game, which no doubt you have guessed by now is Sword of Berserk Guts Rage. We'll be announcing the winner of the competition at the end of this video. And yeah, so we're just going to go through the game, talk a little bit about it. Liam will give you a few facts, and then it'll just be more of a commentary rather than a look back really this time. So over to you.
You're going to try and wing it, aren't we?
Yeah, we're just winging it. Don't really know what we're doing.
Well, Swords of Berserk Guts Rage came out, well, it had 3 release dates. One in Japan on December 16th, 1999, then North America in February 29th, 2000, and then it came over to Europe on May 19th, 2000. Basically, it's a hack and slash game set amongst the manga, I believe between volume 22 and 23. And it came out around the same time as Shenmue, believe it or not.
It's one of the classics for the Dreamcast. Shenmue, not this one.
No. Well, Shenmue's one of the all-time classics, isn't it?
Yeah, true. Although it is responsible for bringing us popular QuickTime events.
Yeah. Although, you know I'm not a fan of those. I know you are in Rise, but you know.
See, you say that because you haven't read the review yet.
Well, yeah. It'll be coming soon.
Well, yes, I never read the manga, but I did watch the actual. Well, I never read the manga books, but I did watch the TV series, which was also turned into 3 films.
When did those come out?
I remember watching the series a few years back now. No, on the site Animax, they've just showed them as films, which is basically they take the series and put them into 3 films.
Is that before the game then, or?
To be honest, I don't think the game and the film have a great deal in common.
No.
I think they're kind of separate entities based around the same thing. Well, I'm not entirely sure. I don't recognise a great deal of this in the film. Other than the characters, obviously.
Is the writer the same guy that did the TV show?
I couldn't tell you. I know the music's done by the same guy, isn't it? It's same fella, but as for that...
Okay, old man.
There are some similarities, obviously. With Berserk going around with that, with Gutso going around with a huge fucking sword he carries. One of the things that impressed me about this, I'm sure you can comment on at the moment, is the sound quality of this was pretty cool.
Yeah, very good. It's very well done. And sounds authentic, doesn't it?
Pretty decent voice acting, I think.
It'll cost you though.
For a Japanese-made game as well, you don't really get that much, do you?
No, it's very rare that you get decent localization, or back then anyway.
Yeah.
Don't touch me, you bastard. You'll get nothing from me.
Little feisty.
Yeah, the graphics are well done, I must admit that.
Yeah, I gotta say, I did enjoy the cutscenes when playing this. Obviously, we should go through, we're not actually playing this now. I've recorded the footage of me playing it, and then me and Liam are just doing like an over commentary of what we think of the game, rather than just having played it and then come up with the facts and stuff like we have done previously.
For a second it looked like she was kissing the dog. Oh,
straight in the hand.
You want a thong?
Oh dear.
Damn you! You're gonna die for that! Darn it, punk. Who does this guy think he is? Your big sword won't save you, tough guy!
You'll find it well. Me just trying to get used to the controls.
Jumping about. Rather gory.
Yeah, you might see later on, but this kind of reminds me in some ways of the early Resident Evil games. Some of the atmosphere that they bring up.
It reminds me of a game that I played on PlayStation called Running Blade. That was like a hack and slash survival horror sort of game.
What's it about? I'm not quite sure.
Quite gory like this. At no point does it show you how to play the game then.
No, there's no tutorial. It just throws you in and goes, right, figure it out. There's me figuring out how to put the sword away. And there's block! Which is fuck all use.
Kind of just swings aimlessly, doesn't it?
It's got one of those awkward controls that once you start swinging in a direction, you ain't turning until he's finished.
Is it left stick then just to move around, or can you control the camera? Or
No,
anything?
literally just left stick to move around. You've got no control over the camera. Which comes up with some pretty interesting camera views.
I know it's the wall keeps getting in your way.
And this part here, I'm guessing when his health gets to a certain level, he goes into like a rage mode, which doubles his power.
And does that last for the duration of the red bar?
Yeah, once the red bar runs out, that's it done. But I didn't trigger that whatsoever. It just kicked in automatically. I don't know if I can trigger it, but it seems once it gets full, maybe it's either when his health gets to a certain level or when it gets full, it kicks in. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, it turns out I've got explosives as well. See in the top right corner, you got the little items and things, which.
So I'm guessing the top one's for like Y, left one's X, and then the bottom one's A and B.
Yeah, but you have to hold in the right trigger, I want to say, and then press the corresponding one.
Sounds complicated.
It felt more natural as I went on, but like I said, there's no tutorial or.
Something you get used to over time.
Yeah. I mean, the back of the box boasts about awesome combos and stuff like that. I didn't find it. I just kept hitting the buttons.
Just the same attack constantly.
It does have a quite nifty jump attack, which if you get right can split people straight in half.
Well, I'll be.
It's a bit strange how when you're hitting them, they disappear, but you still carry on attacking. 'Cause you're not sure if they're
Thank you,
Yeah.
dead or not.
You saved
I
our
can't tell when they
lives.
hit the floor whether they're about to disappear or not. There's
Yeah.
the delay between it. And this is the freaky elf. See, he wasn't in the series I watched.
The least you can do is listen. And while you're
That's
at it,
so disturbing.
Mine will do nicely for me.
But then he also turns into like a pig face as well at times. It's weird.
How rude, girly. I'm not a bug. I'm an elf. An elf, damn it. Haven't you ever seen an
The
elf?
voice
The
sounds
adorable
familiar.
puck.
I was thinking that.
No. I've never seen one.
Cam
you?
Clark
My name is Rita.
cast is.
I'm a traveling performer.
So out comes Google to find out what
This
he's been
mean-looking
in.
guy is Gatsu. He's my buddy and carries my house, you could say.
Oh,
And that's our Casca.
are you mercenaries? If so, you're strange ones. Traveling around with
See, in the
only-
series I watched, Berserk joins a group of bandits called the Hawks, I believe it was,
I am sorry.
Uh,
I meant no offense.
led by a guy called Hawk.
Now, don't be mad.
But he hasn't appeared in this game, so I don't think it
No.
ties in with that. Or he hasn't appeared in it at the point I'm at.
Come on.
Okay, Pops.
Well, Cam Clark's done quite a few
we-
things.
We're going to give a performance in the next town.
Cow and
Why
Chicken,
don't you come and watch? There's just one empty
Leonardo,
town we can't
Rocksteady.
miss.
Ah,
keeping you,
so he
girl?
probably has a voice we've heard time and time and time again then.
He's Simba in Timon and
Thanks
Pumbaa.
for saving us. See ya.
In the mask.
Okay.
Lizard Man.
Listen, I can't remember the mask a great deal.
He's in
A
Captain
performer,
Planet.
Who has?
I kind of like her.
Hey, Casca.
Ooze.
Ah.
She probably wants to see that show. The town's right over there. Well, why don't you take her?
Forget it, Puck. I don't have time to waste on something like that.
Well, so far I'd like to point out we're
What do you
still only at the
do?
intro
Take
part
a
of the
break
game.
once in a while.
There will be a
Oh,
bit where it
no
goes
way,
to a
we'll
title
make it
scene
grow.
and
Seems to be dragging on this bit quite a bit, doesn't it?
yeah, hey, it turned into a pig.
Please, please,
A flying
please.
pig for some reason. I imagine that makes more sense to the actual manga readers, or those who've read this manga. I haven't, but
Sure, whatever.
Best thing yet.
To get food
Him.
anyway. I'm starving.
Yeah! Hear that, Casca? Yippee! He said we're going.
I only got a glance, but I'm sure.
Is this tattoo magical then? It keeps showing it.
Yeah, and you tend to find as you go through the game, whenever he gets near evil, it kind of hurts. It burns his neck or something, you know. And he snarls, and then just before he gets into a fight, Eidos presents. Just freaks me out, that health. You get a very kind of cinematic feel to this. There's a lot of cutscenes and like pre-rendered animation in between the combat.
Very heavy on the story.
Yeah.
Music sounds decent.
Yeah, it was soundtrack. The audio on this is quite impressive, to be fair.
Still weird how his eyes never open.
Yeah, it was almost as if they couldn't really animate the damage pretty well, could
It
they?
just looks like they've messed up and his eye just won't open
Big
properly.
as shut. Not really rendered properly. Sword of Berserk.
Another cutscene.
Yeah, they just go on forever, the cutscenes.
So you played this for an hour and a half. How much gameplay do you reckon you got?
Actual gameplay, I reckon at that hour and a half, there was probably about, maybe 45 minutes of combat.
God. And I thought Metal Gear Solid 4 was bad.
So basically, this lass who couldn't protect this M before when bandits attacked happens to be a shit-hot knife thrower.
Here comes our main event. The strongman jaw.
That's the guy.
What a weirdo.
He's possessed.
Awesome
by the
haircut.
Mandragora! Damn monster!
The Mandra what?
Get the hell out of our town!
No! Stop it, you fools!
Nothing starts a game off better than an angry mob.
Oh, the hell with you! We're not gonna let a Mandragora zombie go free!
Whoa. Well, that's the Resident Evil in right there.
Yeah, but as it goes on, there are certain levels like right dark and eerie, and you can hear and see these things shuffling up towards you.
Yeah.
Stop it, John! Set it down!
It even looks like he has an eyeball on his hand.
Taking the fact that I've only done like what 5 minutes of combat, and they throw you straight up against him, you're like, big boss. I'm quite impressed with the kit.
Yeah, animation's good too. I imagine for the time this would be quite mind-blowing.
Yeah, I imagine it would be quite impressive.
I mean, 2000 there was... PS2 came out, didn't it?
I think this game's 13 years old? Around 14. No, it is 14 years old, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
So you can see as I'm kind of giving it my all here with the runaway, try and get behind him and then kick the crap out of him tactic. I just used health there as well. Turns out that's what I might have done. In the top left on there.
So really when you go into this mode, yeah.
Double your power off.
Yeah.
You can still take damage though. Yeah, that was like your first boss after 5 minutes of gameplay. Yeah, the little blue bags of health. Usually get 2 of them per level.
He just killed a
You
complete
got what you
stranger.
deserved, you Mandragora freak.
Because he was different.
It's disgusting.
You see, there's a lot of emphasis on that throughout this whole game. It's, you punished them because they were different from you. Is that so evil?
Yeah.
Damn you! He didn't do anything wrong. You didn't have to kill him.
I don't feel any mercy for monsters.
You're wrong. He wasn't a monster.
Got weird faces.
Some of them have. Some of them seem really well animated, and some of them it just looks like they couldn't be arsed. But yeah, fuck it. This guy. See his face in a minute. Ta-da!
Oh god.
Everyone stand back. Baron Balzac is here for an inspection.
Looks like the things in Hobbit.
Do not
Looks like
touch
Beast
the
from
body.
Beauty and the Beast.
These huge sword wounds. Was it you? Did you do this?
Was it you? Is it with a sword?
Taking it from the big crater in his head. Did you do this?
Ruler of this town. Sir, I must thank you.
Yeah, well, seeing as everybody else around it just has pitchforks and little
Unfortunately,
knives.
witches' disease run amok. They rampage until they die.
Disease.
And nobody seems to question that there's a little flying naked person next to him.
Nearby town.
It's a normal everyday
No
occurrence,
one
isn't
has
it?
found a cure for it yet.
Elf. Yeah, whatever.
Is she also possessed by the Mandragora?
No.
She's not set out
got
yet.
nothing to do with that thing.
She's special.
Perhaps. Still, I perceive that her mind
At least she's
is not
got some
sound.
kind of
Listen,
disease or something which
I
makes her
believe
simple.
Our doctors might be able to help her.
What do you mean?
We are researching cures for the Mandragora possession.
One of the good things about this is that throughout the games they don't try and portray
They're the same.
Guts as a nice guy.
Perhaps we can
No.
help
He's just a guy who will do what he needs to
Whatever
do to
it
get by.
takes, yeah.
for your aid. Come to my castle and bring the girl with you.
Show us the way.
Excellent. Then it's decided. You shall be guests in my castle. Take care of the other one.
Understood, my lord.
All the guards there trying to be intimidating when they're all scared shitless of the dude with the massive sword. Hey, this guy behind him, they don't seem to have kind of rendered his face at all. It's like, fuck it, whatever. He's wearing a hat, nobody can see it. Just leave the girl crying on the floor after you've murdered her friend.
This is where you take control of her.
No. I haven't come across any of that yet where you take control over somebody else. More dialogue, more video.
Oh my god. How did they fit it on the disc?
Sure. Every step.
Before I welcome you both more
Look
formally,
at the shape of the dude's head on the
there
right.
is
That's never
something
natural.
I would like you to see. No, it is too dangerous for them.
But we're
I
about
want you
coming up to
come alone.
15 minutes into the game now, and I think I've killed the grand total of about 7 people.
Good care of her.
It's a weird one, that's all I can say.
If something happens, come get me.
Yeah, just leave her on her own. Wander off.
Uh-oh. Wait.
Ooh, pretty lights.
Ooh.
It's a picture.
I think she's a lesbian.
I was just thinking, either that's a flowery dress or that lass has got a really hairy chest.
Oh my god.
Yep, carries on going. More video. Also reminds me a bit of that. Is it Nightmare Creatures on the PlayStation?
Yeah.
What is
That was
it?
a good game.
No.
No dialogue either in it.
Forget it. This place is a Mandragoran holding cell. There's always
They just tried making an interactive episode
so
of the series.
quarantine here for our needs.
See what I'm getting the Resident Evil feel from this now.
We are doing research into a cure for this horrible disease.
Did you just say apparently?
In order to prevent the people from becoming too panicked, we're keeping this place secret from the villagers.
What a weirdo.
See, this is the thing, you can tell from the get-go, this is not a good guy.
Shiftiest character ever.
With scientists.
Tell me, do you know anything about Mandragora possession?
Nothing.
A few years ago, a strange disease began to spread in the village under my rule. Suddenly, one day the entire village was possessed by a root-like creature. The possessed became crazed. No one knew what caused it.
Awfully well spoken.
That these bizarre, never-seen-before plants began to pop up here and there throughout my lands.
Dude's clearly
They moved on their
no
own
matter what he
each night,
says.
taking possession of unsuspecting people. Because of their human-like
Getting
shape,
creepier.
and because of their strange effect on their host, people called it Mandragora, and were terrified of it. The plants attach and inject
The lip syncing's
poison
surprisingly
that drives
quite
people
good.
mad, but yet it cures
Yeah,
all
it's pretty much
illness in
there,
the
isn't it?
host body. Legend has it that the plant has the ability to also cure the
Oh no,
infected
then he went
and
out.
bestow the benefits of youth and vigor.
Still talking with his
The
mouth to
legend
move.
is true.
Boo, Eidos, boo.
They say that when it's pulled from the ground, it screams in pain.
I wish he'd opened up his eye.
He can't, he's injured.
Scream.
That's right. They die.
Obviously didn't want to wear a patch because it would make
But
him
because
stand
of
out.
its benefit, there is no end to those.
Let's give him some
willing
freckles
to
next time.
risk death.
He wants to look normal like all the other 7
However,
foot people
When you
carrying
pull
an
it
8
from
foot
the
sword.
earth, it dies immediately. To refine serum,
And accompanied
you
by
need
a naked elf.
Mandragora heart.
Heart.
When a Mandragora plant grows into a great tree, it gains a heart. Even when cut out, it does not die, but instead starts to regenerate. The drug made from such a heart would allow us to cure this cursed Mandragora possession.
Not really a video game, this at all.
No,
Before I began searching for
it's
a
just
cure,
full of long,
I
boring
tried attacking a
cutscenes.
village of Mandragora.
Could fast forward it, but seeing as, you know, you're the one who actually chose this title for the look back, I'm going to make you watch it all.
Why did you do this to me?
This fought back ferociously. I've never seen such carnage. I survived and brought back some of the heart.
Yeah, should point out, will this be the
But
last
just a
throwback we
piece
do before
of the
Christmas now?
Mandragora heart.
Yeah.
We'll do one more.
Maybe won't it?
We will get one up on the Christmas week, probably.
To cure so many people, we need to
We'll try and
find
make that a
out
Christmas
why.
themed Throwback Tuesday.
Get to the point. What for?
Yeah, this will be the last one for Christmas, and we'll announce, like I said, we'll announce the winner of the competition at the end of this.
Stands and the heart is there.
See.
Oh my god.
More video!
Soldiers to the village.
But we are coming up to a
countless
combat
times
scene.
since then, to
I
get
promise.
the heart of the great tree, but not a single one has returned alive.
How did
We
anyone review
desperately
this at the time?
need it for our research. I've seen your abilities, Katsu. I have a job.
And I imagine it would have been a different thing back then, because the internet wasn't really
A proposition. Infiltrate.
It was popular back then as it was now, was it? So it'd more just still be the old magazine reviews.
Yeah.
Came out monthly.
We will heal your female
Did
companion.
this get decent scores review-wise?
Yeah, you got like 8s everywhere.
Foolish.
The drug we
Don't
make
know
from
how.
the heart of the great tree should be able to heal her illness.
Or maybe there was just a lack of options
help
during
each
the
other,
back those
friend.
days.
I don't trust you, Balzac. I sense that you're not coming clean with me on this. But I'll do it for my Casca.
Excellent. We have an agreement.
She's wandering round aimlessly. Dum-de-dum-de-dum.
Casca, stop. You shouldn't be
Good
wandering all
job
over.
she's got a short attention span.
Yeah, because she'd be bored of this game just as much as we are.
Shut up!
Get out!
You were a fool to come to
She's making friends faster, isn't she?
Now you will pay!
She's just got one of them faces because everybody
Who
doesn't
is
seem to
that?
like her. It's-
Oh no.
Casca? Help!
What's going on here?
His head just exploded. Oh, nope, he's got arrows in his chest.
It looks so miserable.
Just some random passerby looking down. Whoop.
There is a nun in the town who eats and sleeps with the Mandragorans. She
Yet
fancies
he's still
herself their
dribbling on.
She and I have very different positions. And so far, she has turned down my requests for help. But perhaps she will listen to you.
Sorry. I don't get along too well with holy people.
Pardon me for interrupting.
They just didn't bother rendering that
But
guy's
since
face,
the
did they?
item we discussed is near completion, we really don't need his
Can't
help.
tell if his
The
eyes are
results of our
closed, so
research
he ain't got any.
should be enough
He's got
to
no
succeed.
features at
Sick
all.
of your opinions and time wasting. I won't wait any longer.
But my lord,
What's he talking about? Sir, the enemy has breached the castle.
What the hell?
impossible. How could that be?
We seem to have underestimated their strength. Pardon me. I must go and
And we're getting into
this
some combat.
emergency.
You can see some gameplay, actual gameplay. And one of the things that started to wind me up with this game from the get-go,
What's that?
the amount of closed space combat you're given with a sword the size of a house. On this bit here.
The cameras seem awful.
Right, can I break these? No. Can I break that?
So you can only advance at a certain spot on the
Oh,
screen.
there you go.
Oh my god, no.
Yeah, it just seemed like such a pointless bit to throw in there. Right, we'll give you control of him.
For 2 seconds and
So
then...
you can see a cutscene of a dude waking up a zombie.
Whee!
Oh, oh. Yeah, you get a problem and all with, no, like you get stun block like that, and then they just keep doing it over and over and
You
over
just
again.
get stuck. There's like a midget zombie.
Little fat zombie. Which I can't hit because he's holding next to a wall. Guy throws vomit at you.
They all seem to be the same.
Yeah,
It's
very generic at the beginning. There are a few variations as time goes on, but
It's hit them once and hit the wall twice. Well, quite good.
There are some good like decapitations and stuff like that.
I guess I put that in to show light effects.
You can find items in some of the breakable objects. It's just trying to figure out which items can break and which your sword tends to bounce off.
The camera angles are awful.
Yeah.
Why is there a need to have a big wooden block blocking out the screen?
But that was one of the issues that they had back then, wasn't it? It's the same with a lot of the early 3D games, they just couldn't get the camera angle right. I mean, as much of a fan of the first Resident Evil I am, I've got to say the cameras were fucking terrible in it.
That's what made it terrifying, though.
Well, the fact that you couldn't play it. Yeah, it's just off. And back to some more cutscenes.
Another half hour of this, then.
Yes.
Gatsu! Terrible news!
God, say it's not Casca.
They took her away! These strange men came rushing in and...
What?
I fought as hard as I could, but there were too many of them.
My Casca.
He fought as hard as he could.
Hurry this way!
The little fairy with no genitals.
I think he fought at all, really, did he?
Forgive me, my lord. They will pay for this insult with their lives.
Naturally. Now hurry and squash them.
Yes, sir. Go!
Outdoor combat. Not so much of a long cutscene
Where
this
did they
time.
go?
Relax, friend. Huh? Hey, isn't this Rita's dog?
Oh, why they put this bit in, I have no
What,
idea.
little guy?
What's he saying, Puck?
He says he knows where Casca is.
Good. Where?
Apparently you can talk to dogs as
He
well.
wants us to follow him.
Good, let's go.
You follow a dog.
And then the dog's nowhere to be seen. That's the extent of your combat without the sword. Close space combat isn't his strong point.
So who's he fighting now? They're just random guards.
These are the guards from the castle, apparently. From what I can gather.
So he's fighting the people they were trying to help at the beginning.
Yeah, that's what I couldn't quite figure out. Either that or they are some kind of rebels. There's an annoying dude who's just constantly throwing shit at me.
Like in Dark Souls.
Yeah. Figured out a new move there.
Gameplay looks so shallow.
It's not the most in-depth game in the world.
Reminds me of Rise.
You've never played Rise, how can it remind you of it? Oh, gone into my blood rage again. Whatever you want to call it.
So is somebody still shooting you? Oh.
I can hear him, but I
It's
couldn't...
weird how they randomly spawn.
See, I couldn't decide at this bit whether it was limitless enemies or not.
Yeah, because you weren't leaving the area.
There's annoying things like that where you just can't hit them because they're in the next to a pissing wall. That's probably why I just went stuff it. See, that I consider a fuck you death.
Oh my god. Such a bad game.
Damn, where did they go?
I'll probably give it a bit more time later on, but... Right, I'm thinking, after 35 minutes or so, or 30 minutes, we should probably call it there, don't you think?
Yeah, I reckon so.
I think you've pretty much got the gist of the game. You run around getting your sword trapped on walls and getting into fights with ugly looking Resident Evil type dudes. That was Sword of Berserk Guts Rage. And I suppose, really, we should announce the winner, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we should, yeah.
I'll let you announce the entrance or the winner for the Crazy Horse Gaming competition.
Yeah. Well, we had so many through Twitter. But the winner is Raffle. So congratulations to Raffle. You'll be getting your stuff soon in the post.
I'll send you a direct message through Twitter. You can send us your address details and we'll have that for you hopefully before Christmas. Congratulations and well done on winning our random bundle of gaming goodies. Right, I want to say thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to check out the other content we have up on the site. That's goodbye from me.
Bye from me.
See you all later.